Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and today I want to talk about Division's PvP and why it's been such a big disappointment. The PvP itself, when it actually happens, is amazing. You have that teamwork dynamic between friends, you have to focus fire enemies down to be successful, use your different abilities at the right opportunity. Like in general, the PvP is a lot of fun, but the reason why it's been so disappointing is that it never happens because of the rogue system, and the progression system just doesn't make any sense. The rogue dynamic in the Dark Zone really is the biggest hindrance for why no one is participating in PvP right now, because no one in their right mind wants to go rogue because of the severe penalty behind it. You literally lose hours of progression when you die as a rogue, and the reward for doing so is so minuscule that there's no incentive to do so. You may get a couple of good loot here and there. Maybe you got really lucky and they dropped a yellow item. Maybe they had a yellow item in their backpack, but more often than not, they just had a couple of blues, a couple of purples, nothing that's really gonna benefit you. You got a couple of Dark Zone credits, and that's about it. It's not worth the hours of progression that you're gonna lose if you inevitably do die. And more often than not, you are gonna die because everyone's going after you. This really is the biggest reason why PvP does not occur in the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone being advertised as being this PvP lawless area where everyone's fighting for themselves, everyone's trying to backstab each other to get the best loot. It just never happens because of the reward system that they have in place. Another thing that doesn't make a whole lot of sense is their progression system. To give you a prime example of this, the Dark Zone credits that you've been accumulating all this while are practically worthless. The first time that you can use them is when you reach rank 30. The issue with this though is that all the while you've been grinding and killing these name creatures and getting all this awesome purple loot along the way, all of those items are probably significantly better than everything that you're going to be able to buy with your Dark Zone credits with these level 30 vendors. The next time you can use it is when you get Dark Zone level 50. The problem with this though is that if you want the best of the best loot, which of course everyone wants, you can only use Phoenix credits to purchase them. And so all of these Dark Zone credits that you've been accumulating along the way don't really serve any purpose. And so I have to ask the question, why did you add a credit system in place that just doesn't do anything? Another example of this is that there are chests scattered around the map that can only be opened up when you reach Dark Zone level 30. The issue with this is that the only thing that drops from these chests are blue items. Much like before, we're rank 30, we already have all this awesome purple gear. Why in the world would my reward for getting rank 30 be blue items in these chests? And so just in general, the entire progression system could use a lot of work. There are some aspects that I like, I will give them that. There are some parts of this system that I do enjoy, but overall, it does leave something to be desired. And so the first thing that I really do think that Massive needs to hammer home and update is that there needs to be a bigger reward for going rogue, or at least less of a penalty for participating in PvP. Unless they just wanted this to be basically another PvE area where you're just killing mobs over and over and over again with the occasional rogue every once in a while, then they need to give people the incentive to actually participate in PvP. If they don't want that for the rogue system and they just want to keep it the way that it is, then I would hope that they would actually add a PvP game mode into the mix so that people, if they want to shoot people in their face, because I'm one of these people, I talk to all my friends, they're those people as well, like they want to participate in this hot PvP action, then they should add in some game modes that facilitates that. If they added in a domination or even like a King of the Hill or heaven forbid just a basic TDM, that would be a step in the right direction for a lot of my friends and I think a lot of people out there. I would love to be able to join a domination style game mode and test not only the loot that I've been accumulating, test it against other players, but also, use my abilities in a teamwork environment in a PvP setting. You don't really get that very often, especially if you're solo. Running as a support player just doesn't make any sense. You could actually finally build that supportive character knowing that you can actually play that role in a PvP setting. That sounds amazing. Add on to that a actual progression system where either you get loot at the end of the round or you get like an in-game currency where you can use that currency to buy better items like we see in other games like World of Warcraft. I think they even do that in Destiny. Stuff like that. That would also be a nice step in the right direction. And so if Massive is steadfast in their stance that they don't want to change the rogue system in the Dark Zone, then it would be nice if there was a substitute. I bought this game to participate in PvP. I want to shoot other players. I want to test my skill against other real opponents. I want to have that competitive nature. And the way that they've set things up right now, you just don't get that. And so either I'm hoping that they reduce the penalty of the Dark Zone. We don't want it to be where everyone is kill on sight. I know that some people are like, wow, Matimio, you want to completely change the game. It's like, no. I would just like there to be some incentive to have rogues in the game right now. I'd like there to be some PvP action because at least in its current implementation, it just isn't there. And I think we can find that healthy balance from what we have right now. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Give me your thoughts on the PvP. Do you agree with me that it's a little disappointing? Do you love the way that it is right now and you don't want anything to be changed? Do you like the idea of maybe just having some standard game modes added on in so that you can have some fun PvP game modes? Let me know down below. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.